There is a profound wisdom hidden in the silence of solitude. In the stillness, when the noise of the world fades away, something pure awakens within us. We live in a world constantly pulling us outward, toward people, toward distractions, toward endless tasks. But in Zen, there is an ancient truth that asks us to step back, to walk alone. To walk alone is not to be lonely. It is to step away from the expectations and noise of the world, to embark on a journey inward where the mind can finally find rest. We often believe that solitude is something to be feared, that being alone means something is missing. But what if instead it is an invitation, a gift that opens the door to a deeper freedom? Zen teaches us that solitude is the gateway to liberation. When we are alone, we no longer need to perform. We are free from the expectations of others, from the weight of our roles, from the constant demand to be someone or something in the eyes of the world. In the stillness of solitude, we are simply ourselves, pure, unfiltered, and at peace. The Buddha once said, "Be a lamp unto yourself." What does this mean? It means to find the source of your own light, to realize that the strength you seek is already within you. Walking alone is a journey to discover this light. It's a reminder that no one else can live your life for you. Your path is yours alone to walk, and no one can walk it for you. In solitude, there is an understanding that the answers we seek do not lie outside of us. They are within. In the Zen tradition, the monk walks alone not because they reject the world, but because they wish to understand their own mind. In the quiet moments of solitude, we face ourselves, we see our thoughts, our fears, our desires, and our hopes, all without distraction. What do you find when you sit alone with yourself? Do you feel uncomfortable? Or can you begin to see the beauty in the simplicity of just being? In solitude, we come to understand that we are not separate from the world. The same stillness within us exists in the sky, the trees, and the mountains. We are a part of the whole, and in this wholeness, we find peace. To walk alone is to walk free. Free from attachments, from the burden of expectations, from the constant striving to please others. This freedom allows us to see things as they truly are, impermanent, interconnected, and ever-changing. The world tells us we need to always be connected, always surrounded by others, always achieving something. But Zen wisdom reminds us that there is another way. In walking alone, we discover that the most profound connections are the ones we make within ourselves. We learn to be content with who we are, to find joy in the simple act of being. It is in this solitude that we find clarity. The mind becomes still and the heart opens. In this space, we realize that true happiness does not come from the external world. It comes from within. The Zen master walks alone not to escape the world, but to return to it with a deeper understanding, a deeper compassion. In solitude, they see the truth, that there is no separation between themselves and the world around them. You don't have to retreat to a mountain to find solitude. You can carry it with you, whether you are alone in the forest or surrounded by people in the heart of the city. The freedom of walking alone is an inner state. It's a way of being that allows you to remain at peace, no matter where life takes you. So walk alone, walk free. In solitude, you will find your true self, not the self shaped by the world, but the self that is timeless, peaceful, and free. This is the liberation of solitude. This is the wisdom of Zen. In the stillness, in the quiet, we find the liberation of the soul.